When you have a loved one that is dealing with substance abuse, I wanted to jump on here and give you the number one thing that you need to do, not only for yourself, but for them, that is going to help in so many ways. And that is to trust yourself, to listen to yourself, to listen to your inner guidance. Now, that's the number one simplest thing that you can do. However, there has to be an understanding that it may not always be easy, because really trusting yourself, really listening to yourself, that is a journey that a person needs to take in order to really be the best supportive person that they can be when having a loved one that is dealing with substance abuse. There's so many complicated dynamics. There are no blanket solutions to this problem. And one of the issues with people kind of asking for opinions or advice or anything like that is that because there are no blanket solutions, what works for some people may not always work for others. And people can only give advice or opinions based on a very small snapshot of what you're giving them. But it's a whole lot more complicated than that in order to really understand the dynamics that you're dealing with when it comes to your specific loved one and the challenges that they face and the challenges that you face. That there is not a possible person out there that can give you a solid opinion or solid advice that says that this is what you need to do. But having someone that can help guide you into learning how to trust yourself, learning how to, make those grounded decisions and maybe shift some of those dynamics that need to be shifted in order for your loved one to actually really hear what you want and understand those boundaries that must be in place for your protection. But it's up to you to decide what you feel most comfortable with. So this is where enabling gets really challenging, is because what enabling looks like for one person may be very different in another situation. It may be the very thing that saved someone else's life. So when we're like, am I enabling or not? Well, that's a very general question. Without having more information, no one can really actually give you a solid opinion or solid advice, even if they have experience, because they don't know. They can't possibly know. They can only see a snapshot on whether or not. This is where it's like going into groups or asking people that either don't have experience or even have experience for their opinions or advice can actually be a detriment to you, because it can really cloud what you and your intuition and your gut and your loving thing says to you. Now the question is are your decisions being made from a place of fear? Are your decisions being made from a place of emotional baggage, out of guilt, out of shame? And that's where it starts becoming challenging, is in order for this to really actually work, we have to actually clear those emotions out so that we can know that your emotions are, or your decisions are coming from your best grounded, solid, informative self that there is, in the most loving way that loves you and that loves them through this process. So that's the biggest thing is like, if you really want to understand how you can support and help them, it's really to start diving deep into your own personal journey of what it means to make tough decisions. Because as I say, tough love is not about being tough on them. It's about sometimes having to make decisions that are tough to do. And so that's a really important thing when you're going through this journey, is to really understand that you can't make a decision that's based out of fear, that's based in survival mode, that's based in guilt or shame. And we have to dive deep to clear that stuff out so that you can really listen to yourself, because you already know the answers. You just have to remember and trust yourself to find those answers within you. So, and that's part of what I do, is help people go dive deep and clear some of that stuff out and really understand those dynamics and how we can shift those into really being that supportive and loving person that's taking care of not only yourself, but also of them And what does enabling look like for you? What do boundaries look like for you? It's all very personal. There are no blanket solutions to this problem. So remember that as you're going through this journey. You can always check out my website for more information. It's maniliconsulting.com. I hope this was really helpful. Please leave comments or reach out to me if you have any questions or if you're ready to start talking and diving deep into that journey. Anyway, I hope you have a great day.